Hey, Corn folk, welcome back. Gonna do another little sort, search, and fill on some older pennies here. This was I got these off my mom. I guess these were just coins my dad had put back over time here. So we got this pile here is all wheat cents. This one here is labeled 59D, and this one's 60D, and then this one is 1943. So we got some steel cents, which is good because I think we still need I think it's San Francisco for the album. I believe it is because I ended up finding one of the Phillies, but there was a couple nicer wheat cents. We got a 55 and a 55S. I know the 55, well, at least I'm pretty sure will be an upgrade. The 55S is one we had an uncirculated cello, so won't be able to update there, but still a nice one. So we're going to jump in and see what we might find. Errors, varieties, stuff to fill some holes. Who knows? Let's go find out. So far we're doing pretty good here, actually. Still got all these to go through, and we got quite a few holes we're going to fill and some upgrades, it looks like. But for right now, we got 155 Philly under the scope here. Unfortunately, not the double die, but it is a poor man's double die. If you kind of see, kind of looks like, kind of like doubling on the five, but that's just a die deterioration. But up here on top, it's got a pretty crazy little lamination, kind of down through the head and all up around the D and the W there in the motto. So that's pretty cool looking. But just figured I'd bring you in, show you that, give you a little bit of update on where we're rolling here. But I think that was all I really saw on the coin. But that's still kind of a cool little find. So we'll take that. And we're going to jump back in and keep rolling. So let's go. So we got through all the loose stuff. We still have the rolls over here we got to go through. But we had a couple honorable mentions here. We had one Canadian in there, 1968. And the earliest we found was a 1910 Philly. Not going to be an upgrade, but was our earliest that we found. As far as upgrades and whole fills, we'll be able to upgrade our 49S and our 55 Philly on the newest album. And then the older album, we're going to have quite a bit going on. We're going to upgrade our 16, fill a hole with 16S, fill a hole with the 17D. Moving on to the second page here, where we got a 20 that we're going to be able to upgrade. This one got a little bit of a wood grain look to it, which is nice, but that one definitely got some better details. So got a 23 Philly, be a little bit of an upgrade. A 24 Philly, pretty decent upgrade. Gonna fill a hole with 24S. Gonna go ahead and upgrade this 25 Philly. This one technically looks like it has a little more detail, but it's also got some rim bumps and looks like it's probably been cleaned at some points. We're gonna move on from that one. We got a 27 Denver, pretty nice one to fill that hole. We're gonna upgrade our 28. Nice little 28D to fill that hole. Upgrading our 29. Filling a hole on the 29D. Upgrading the 29S. Same thing here. The detail is pretty close on these two actually. This one might have a little tiny bit more, maybe. But it also has some uglier spots on it, so we're going to swap that out. Oh, let's see here. We had 30 Denver, a 31, 32 Denver, and a 33, all filling holes. Oh, and a 34 deep. Pretty clear upgrade on our 35 Denver. Yeah, that was it on that row. 36 Denver is going to be an upgrade. And 37S can fill that hole. Another hole filled on 39 or 38 Denver. And we're going to upgrade our 40 Philly. The detail's not too far off on either one of them, but this one here's got just a little bit of red holding on the edges there. So we're going to go ahead and fill that in. But so overall, that was a pretty decent little upgrade slash hole filling activity out of one little group of scents. So that definitely leads me to believe that that bucket we sorted through to start this whole thing off was probably even more picked through than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to get all these plugged in, and I'm going to run through them rolls real quick and see if we find anything else in there. So I will be back, if nothing else, for a little recap on what the albums look like at the end. So give me just a minute. So we got stuff kind of laid out all over the place over here, but we did get through those 3 rolls. We're actually going to get an upgrade out of all 3 rolls because the 1960 roll had a 61 Denver in it that will upgrade for us. That was the only one that wasn't exactly what it was supposed to be according to the label on the roll. And then we had a 59 Denver that we'll be able to upgrade there. And then the steel scents, we had a 43 Philly. In a little better shape there. There was most of them were 43 Phillies, most of them in really rough shape, and just a couple out of Denver. So we're still missing the 43 San Francisco, but you'll have that. As far as other finds out of the rolls, these are all 1960 Denvers with minor RPMs on them. These are all 1960 Denvers with some kind of little die chip action, but we pulled the best of them, got them under the scope here. This is a 60 Denver. It's got die chips all throughout the B and the E and the R. And then we had another one. This one here just got a little chip in the R, but then it's got a big old honking die chip over in the 9 of the date there. And then the best RPM out of the bunch was this one here, which I'm not great with RPMs, but I'm pretty sure it's RPM number 38 on a Variety Vista. So, but that's it for those. I'm not gonna go through all these here because I'm sure I would misidentify half of them, but I know enough to know their RPMs. I just don't have the patience to figure out which ones. But so I'm gonna get all this put back together real quick, and then we'll take one final look at the albums and see how we ended up. So I'll be right back. So here we are here. Got our 2 albums that we did some work on. Just kind of last little look at them, kind of see how we ended up. Still got some work to do in this first album, but we definitely made a lot of progress. Filled in quite a few spots. Made a decent amount of upgrades. Not too shabby whatsoever. We're just going through a little pile of randomly collected over the years wheat scents, so we will take it for sure. Still missing our 1 wheat penny, but outside of that, we got all of our wheats filled in for the second book. A few nicer ones, a few that could use some upgrades, but that's alright. So, and that's how the other half of the book was looking. Actually, I guess, well, we got 2 holes. We got a 62 that I, for some reason, don't have a decent one of. And then our San Francisco steel scent. So, not too shabby. We'll take that. Oh, and I don't think I showed it earlier. I ended up putting the FS103 we found. I just put it in the book there. So, figure we'll use these random few spots for some other stuff that we find. So, not too bad. Coming together. Sooner or later, we'll break out an actual box and hunt that. But for now, that's it. I might end up doing that one other jar here at some point if I end up getting it off my mother. But for now, we are wrapped up on some album upgrades. And that's going to be it. So, I will see you on the next one, folks. Good luck on whatever you working on coin-wise or just life in general, I guess. But that's it. Peace.